Hello and welcome to my Tunisian stitches collection. I'm Sarah. Today I'm showing you the Tunisian Reverse Stitch. The Tunisian Reverse Stitch is worked from a standard foundation row created on a chain in any number of stitches. And this is where we are starting from. I have just worked a foundation row in Tunisian Simple Stitch and I'm about to start working in Tunisian Reverse Stitch. So as the word reverse somehow implies, the reverse stitch is worked on the back of your work instead of on the front. I'm showing you. So in this case, instead of inserting the hook under the front vertical bar of the stitch, as I would normally do for Tunisian Simple Stitch, I go with my hook behind my work and insert the hook under the vertical bar. Okay, and then I yarn over and drop a loop. Okay. Now, if we take a closer look at a stitch, it's not difficult to see where the front bar and the back bar is. This is the front bar and this is the back bar of that same stitch. So what I do is I go with my hook from behind there between front and back bar of a stitch. Okay, then I yarn over and pull the yarn through and up on the hook. Again, I insert the hook from behind under the back vertical bar of the stitch and proceed working like this, my forward pass. So as you see, once you recognize where you have to insert the hook, the movement comes quite naturally and easy. Now I am approaching the end of my row in the forward pass. This is the last stitch and I'm finishing it with a neat closing stitch, as I like to call it. You can see a tutorial of the neat closing stitch among my videos in my Tunisian crochet school. And then I proceed with my standard return pass by yarning over and pulling through one loop only once, then yarn over and pull through two loops together until the end of the row. Okay, and this is it. Basically, a couple of things I wanted to add to this stitch. First of all, okay, the first stitch to work may be a little bit more complicated than all the others because of the movement you have to do with your hook, but it's doable, of course. Okay, this is it. Another thing I wanted to add is pay attention as to where you want your yarn to be, the working yarn. You don't want it to have it in front of your hook, but you want it on the back. You just keep it out of the way, okay? And let the hook do your work. Because if you keep it on front, you would be able to pull up a loop, of course, but you would create another kind of stitch. Okay, so you want the yarn like this on the back. Okay. And another thing I wanted to show you is how to work the last stitch in the forward pass. So it would be possible, instead of using the standard neat closing stitch, to insert the hook also in the back bar of that last stitch and under that other bar that's here, and finish your row, your forward pass like this. It would be possible and it would look neat enough. I don't like to do it because I want the right edge to look just like the left edge. So I usually use a neat closing stitch. But it's important for you to know that you can end your row like this as well. Okay, and this is it, I would say. As you see, I will show you now my swatch. This is the Tunisian Reverse Stitch. It's a beautiful purl stitch in a way. It looks similar to the Tunisian purl stitch, but not so much. But you can try and use the reverse stitch instead of the purl stitch in some patterns where the Tunisian purl stitch is called for, and see what it comes out. And that's it for now, I would say. So thank you for watching. I would like to thank all my old and new subscribers. I really appreciate your comments and support. So thank you again, and see you next time with further video tutorials on Tunisian crochet. Bye bye!